Right, here we are, back out at that pond. God, it's a cold one, it really is. Target today is to try and catch perch. Haven't caught perch in a long time, and I know there's a lot of small rudd in here. So, and they introduced a few perch 3 or 4 years ago. And apparently, I was talking to someone last year, they started showing a bit, so yeah, I don't think they're monster fish, but we can try, can't we? It's primarily a carp water. Hopefully they don't trip me up and I end up busting gear on carp. Again, it's very cold, so they should be quite dormant, but hopefully the perch will be feeding. Got maggots, got worms. What more can we ask for? I'll show you what I'm using. So just a really lightweight feeder rod. Got an old retro reel on there. Just a short hook length, probably only a couple of pound. 4 pound main line, and on there I'm going to put a maggot feeder. So as I said, really lightweight feeder rod, 4 pound main line. Got one of those maggot feeders, free running, little stopper number 4 bead, 4 shot, small swivel, probably a couple of pound, hook link to about size 12, only because I don't want to be pestered by the small rudd, so hopefully size 12 they won't be able to eat, and I can get a good bit of worm on there, or a bunch of maggots. And if the rudd do take it, hopefully it'll be a bit of a better rudd. Yeah, so I'm just going to sit tight for sort of 15 minutes in each swim, work my way around the lake. It's bigger than this, it opens out on the other side of the river, other side of the island. So yeah, it looks like it's raining, but it's not, it's just the frost thawing off of the trees. Already realised, rookie mistake, didn't bring a hand towel. Oh, it's going to get cold. Luckily, I've got my fingerless gloves. Let's try not to get the hands too wet. Oh, I just had a robin land on the rod, and I just saw the tip move, and I thought, oh god, it's all going. But look, little bugger. And now you're fishing for maggots, aren't you? You're going to have my worms in a minute. Hey, look, you're going for my worms. You can have those maggots. Let you have the maggots. I can tell these robins are going to follow me all the way around. Right, I've moved a bit further on round the corner now, so hopefully there's a bit of an overhang here. There's a bit of rubbish down there as well, so a couple of areas I'm going to have a go at. I think this was actually the swim that I caught my PB carp in. It was only about 14.5 pounds, which isn't much in carp fishing terms, but for just a average course angler, that's a nice fish. It's a nice fish. I've been really wanting to get out and do a bit of pike fishing, but a couple of problems. One, I've never been pike fishing before, so a little hesitant about it, but I haven't got anyone to go with, so I've just got to get on with it. A few places where I know there are pike, the rivers, but they're totally clogged at the moment and coloured up and wouldn't know where to start. Big Estate Lake, for some reason, has a closed season from New Year till about May Day, so That's this time of year out, which I thought was perfect pike season. And the other one is in the canal, in the basin down at the canal. But they've got work all going on all around the buildings around the canal basin at the moment, so I can't get to the basin. And it always gets this time of year and I go, oh, I fancy a bit of pike fishing, but it just never happens. Never happens. But we can only try. Catch us a perch. Or anything that's going to come and get me at the moment. Right, move further along the stretch now, looking back to that corner, that's where I just was. Had a few nice bites, but nothing really, nothing took the tip round. I could just see the line getting taut in the water, but just nothing took it. So I've just moved along. I'm going to try just along where this tree comes in now. A few different places to drop it. I'm past the island now, so I can cast right out to the middle, and I'll see if there's anything in the middle where the weeds would normally be. Like I said, it does get quite choked up with weed in the summer, this. So hopefully it's all died back. It's just a bit for the fish to hide in. I think some of us fishermen know what it's like when we plan to go fishing and then we end up taking everything plus the kitchen sink, because it's just like, oh well, what if I want to do feeder fishing? What if I want to do float fishing? Well, what if I actually want to do this and then do that? Just so much hassle. You end up, look, Robin, just straight on the line, on the bloody rod. See him? I'm supposed to be watching the tip. How can I watch the tip when there's a fucking robin sat on it? Yeah, talking about you, bastard. So anyway, this session I thought, do you know what? I'm just taking one rod, which I haven't used for a long time. It's a nice lightweight one. Small bag, and just my, essentials, net and mat and tackle box. Didn't bring 1,000,001 different ground baits and baits to use, and just in case one thing was more popular than the other, and I knew it was going to be hard fish. It's cold. It's never easy. And I'm still just fishing for a bite. Bloody robin. Come right round actually to almost opposite where I was, the other side. I've missed out this whole end of the lake because these trees are all sort of right down into the water, which would be quite good, but there's only one real, looks like it's only one real fishable swim, and it's steeped in shadow, so it's actually quite cold over there. You could tell a certain real difference in temperature as you come round. But anyway, I've come round to basically the first swim after the corner, out in open water, worm on, hoping, fingers crossed. Might have to try coming down here with some lures, cover a lot more ground, and try in with my little pokey rod. I can try in amongst all these trees and that. That might have to be. Right, I'm going to give it the proverbial. I think this is going to be my last swim. As you see, I'm horses. Right back where the island is now. So few chucks. Last chance saloon, as they say. Right, I'm going to have to call it because it's getting real cold. But yeah, I've learnt quite a bit, I think. You've just got to know where to be at the right time. Had no bites around this side. I'm still just trying in under this tree. Definitely going to have to come back with some lures because I can cover more ground. Cover more water, I should say. So don't go anywhere. I'll probably stick another film up after this one. Let it be a two session job. But again, it's that time of year. It's hard fishing. It's been a lovely day though. I think this is actually my last worm, so it's about time. But I'm always hopeful, just keep staring down, it's like it might bend round in a minute. But yeah, it's certainly time for me to pack up and get going, so thanks very much for watching. Stick around. I'm sure there'll be a film on after this one. If not, look forward to seeing you on the next one. Don't forget, press the button. Give it one of them. Right. All the best, guys. Catch you on the next one. Cheers, boy. Right. As promised, back again. I'm on the pond I was at when I did my New Year's fishing. Same setup actually, because I hadn't packed it away. Centre pin. I've swapped out to one of those sort of loaded sensitive floats, so you can see the lift bites. Fishing just over depth, scaled it right back to about a size minuscule hook, which I'm just going to fish like a single or double maggot just to try, just to get started. We'll get a feeder rod out as well with something a little bit different, which I don't normally use, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Oh, it's still calm. I don't know if it really bodes well for it, but it's not that cold. But I'm wrapped up, so get started on a couple of maggots just to see if anything starts. So while I'm waiting for something, if anything, to happen here, I'll show you what else I got, which I'm going to use in the feeder. Breadcrumb. I took the trouble to get a load of, probably about half a loaf here, frozen bread out the freezer, and I cut the crusts off so it's not going to be too much sort of feed for them, and I've put it in a food processor and blended it down to a really nice fine breadcrumb. So I'm just going to put that into a separate tub and liquidize that down. And then this is where something that I don't normally use and don't normally advocate. I'm going to add a bit of this stuff. Now, I won't show you what it is because no free advertisement, but it's one of those liquids, and you can probably tell by the colour what flavour it's supposed to be. But it's just one of those general liquids that goes in and give it a bit of sweetness, bit of something in the cold water, hopefully bring them on a bit. I don't normally go for that, but we need all the help we can get at this time of year. So I'll get the feeder rod set up and yeah, load that thing up. think I had my first bite on the float, but I was tying a knot, so I didn't manage to strike into it at time. So I've just recast it and put some fresh maggots over the top. Got Robin just up here, I don't know if you can see him. Using these pre-tied hooks today, just because they're the only sort of small ones I've got, because I want to keep it as fine as possible for this cold weather. That's the last one of these as well. Used to use these pre-tied ones quite a lot when I was fishing when I was a kid down the canal, and then I obviously learnt to tie rigs and stuff myself, but I think they're really useful because you can never, especially with these, I think that's a size 18, these really diddy ones are on a spade end hook, and you'll never get that whipping as neat as they do. So try them sometimes. And I think these are classes, yeah, these are feeder ones, and the hook length's quite long. Look, don't know what that is. Right. Does it say? No. 50 centimetre. So that's not nearly 2 foot. It's quite good. Just chuck that back out. Keep it going in as if it looks like it's, you know, stuff falling through the water. You always want, like they say, little and often, but urging more on the side of often. Right, I've got the feeder rod set up now. Inline, not inline. One of those feeders, little cage feedery thing, with some very fine nylon down to about size 18 hook. So really small, really small. I'm just going to put the bread in there, really sort of mashed up liquidised bread with a bit of that flavour. I do have some small worms I might try just as a starter. Right, I think we're back now. I had to clear a load of shite off the memory card. And of course, things happened. So I don't know what we missed. Got the feeder rod set up with some of that ground bait liquidised bread that I've squirted a load of luminescent guff into. So there are roach in there feeding, because I've just had a little one, and I'm quite happy to sit out and catch roach. I'm not. I know there are carp in here, and you've seen the little carp that I've got out of here, but I'm happy to just take the roach as they come. Got the bonus rod out just in case something wants to take the worm. That one, maybe a little bit better than the first one. Enough. Nothing magic. Small roach. Ooh. In the breadcrumbs. But if they're feeding, then it's a good thing. Another. So when I was walking in across the field, I was thinking, God, I've managed to keep this quite light. You know, I haven't got bundles of stuff, and I thought, yeah, it's quite good. And then I realised I'd forgotten my seat. So as I walked in the gate, I thought, what can I find to have a sit on? And I found found a yellow bucket. So yeah, I'm sat on a bucket with me landing mat like a schoolboy, but it works. There's nothing wrong with it. Better than sat on the deck. Let's have a recast of this one. Something don't feel quite right with it. There is a really handy conversion table for shot. It tells you how many shot equal how many other shot. Which doesn't help when a float like this one just gives you a gram. It doesn't say 3 number 4s or anything like that. It just says 1 gram. And I think on that conversion table there is the metric for it, but I'd rather it just say 2BB. That's too many now. Oh. He says it's too many as he catches a fish on it. Only a tiny one. Calm down. Cool. Tiny roach. Shit on me. Right, I'll take one of those. Little roach. They're all fun. They're all sport. So I did just catch one on the feeder. So the method does work. The bread is doing the job, I think. The bread is bringing them in. And, load it back up again. Get it back out. And that little one took 3 maggots, so it shows there's no. They're not afraid to grab big baits. But they just didn't want the worms. If you can hit that, bloody owl. That wasn't an owl. Right, just going to start wrapping this one up, I think. I've packed the float rod up now. It's all gone quiet on the feeder a bit. A couple more nibbles on the maggots. But, yeah, cold weather. It's one of those, isn't it? I'll try and stick up a film after this one. Trying to make this a bit of a cold weather campaign. Try and get to the river. That's my next. I need to go up to the river. So if the conditions are right, you might see me at the river in a minute. Do I think this stuff worked? Maybe. maybe. Need to do a bit more. Need to do a bit more with it, maybe soaking some pellets in it. The idea I went for that one is sweetness. Get the sweetness into the water, just to try and get a bit of additive to kickstart them a little bit. But I like the way that bread. I like the way that bread has come down when you food process it, just to get it into a really fine crumb. So yeah, I'll have to experiment a bit with that. Yeah, so I'll try and get another session in before the end of the month. I don't know whether I will be able to, because I think work's picking up now. The only reason I've been able to get out fishing so much is because work's been really slow. But yeah, it's picking up a bit now. Robin just sat on the bloody rod now, look. Bastard. Yeah, that's what I thought. But if I can get out again, then I will get up to the river. If not, then probably leave it till spring. Hope everyone has a good one. Catch you on the next one. I'll try and get out to the woods or something and keep warm. Maybe cook up something. Mike and I have got a few plans, so things in the woodwork. Right, take it easy, guys. Might see you in a sec. Bye. Welcome back. Just out for a session on the pond today. I was going to go up the rivers, but it's really windy, so trotting the float was probably going to be a bit of a nightmare. Knocked up some ground bait. Just got some breadcrumb that I blitzed down in a food processor. And I've put some of this sort of, I don't know if you can see the colour of that, it's like a real green, throw it all on the floor. It's like a Matchman's mix, I think. Yeah. Hopefully I'll launch a few balls of that out and get the rod set up and hopefully get a few fish. Right, that feeder rod is feeding now. It's fishing. Now I've just got to get the other rod set up. Just setting up the other rod and just saw the tip going, so I think it was a good roach bite. Only had a single maggot on, but chances are... Oh no, he's still on. Is he a swinger? Only just. So, is he going to behave? Nice first fish, he says, throwing it on his coat. Roach slime all over the coat. First 15 minutes. Right, there he is. Beautiful. Let's get straight back out, get another one. And it's on the inside as well, which is the best. Look at that. Beautiful. As ever, gear everywhere. Oh. Fish on the feeder now. Just flung some maggots out. another little one on the feeder. Got his thing right in. Oh yeah, the roach on. Found the fish now, they're in open water. Bit small one. Swing it. Ooh. Lovely now with the sun out. So, put some of that green Matchman's ground bait in there. Bit of bran going in just to bulk it out. Give it a bit further. And then what I'm dampening it down with is hemp oil from when I've cooked up my hemp. Don't throw the water away. Keep it, and then it's really good. This is my bait box of, when I've finished the session, it all just gets dumped into there. So I've got dead maggots, I've got bits of worm, I've got hemp and all sorts. Handful of that. Straight in. Just eating a sandwich. I saw the float dive down. It's a bit of a nicer fish as well. Still a roach, but actually I have to get the net for this one. Better fish. Oh Christ, you can't see anything. I'm in pitch black now. Better fish. Oh. Just looked in the side there. Come on. There we go. Now, that's what we come roach fishing for, isn't it? Look at that. Lovely little silver dude. Shame the sun's gone in just as I catch a nice one. But yeah. Really nice fish, that. Happy with that. I'm going to move in the feeder rod. Get him straight back. Catch another little one. Oh. There was a little fish on the feeder. Didn't even know. Oh, got two. Oh God. Got one in my hand. And one on the feeder. Sorry, and one on the float. Come on. There we go. Oh. Oh. Two on at once, look. Eat that. That's not food, duck. That's a small fish. Get you. Oh, it's really taken a turn. It's come over all black again. Oh, I haven't got the umbrella either. I took the umbrella out, off of the bag. Foolishly. But we're alright for now. We're alright for now. This is a bit of a nice stamp, this one. This way now. This one took it on. This one took it on the drop. Beautiful silvers. So that's what I've been having all day. Loads of lovely little ones like that. Just the sun comes out as well. Can't go wrong, can we? That'll be the thumbnail. Still got to hope out for something else, maybe like a bream, but yeah, I'm happy with that. Those are good silverfish. Yeah. Cool. So, into the last half hour now. Winds have died actually. It's been one of those that's been a bit of a nightmare because it's been blowing an absolute hoolie. But where I'm, I thought it'd be nice and sheltered, because it's sort of surrounded by trees. But instead, it sort of made the wind not really blow in one direction. It's been blowing like towards me, away from me. The worst is obviously when it's blowing across and it just puts a big old bow in the line, and then but I've been plugging away at these silvers. They're countless now. I have lost count. So just packing up the feeder rod. Just saw the float dip away, and we ended. Oh, it's lively. We end the day with a lovely little silver roach. Look at him. Beautiful orange fins. They are nice when you get a good size on them. Look at him go. So, again, probably going to call it. Have me half hour of mucking about, saying it's nearly over. One last look at him. Beautiful fish. Yeah, I'm going to call it there, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Take it steady, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.